Like 'em, love 'em, hate 'em, think they're overrated, underrated, too respected, too commercial, gods among men, clouds, innovators, imitators. Mention this band, and every music fan has an opinion. On this week's Tier List Tuesday episode of No Time to Rock, every studio album from Metallica. So this list is going to be addressed chronologically, not from 10 to 1, 1 to 10, best to worst, anything like that. They're lined up as we got them, starting with Kill 'Em All and ending with 72 Seasons. Here we go. Kill 'Em All, their debut album. It was raw and rough. It showed these guys could play, and it showed what they were going to play. This is a thrash metal band. Hello World. Seek and Destroy and Whiplash are on this album. They still play those songs live. A solid beginning, that's for sure. Ride the Lightning in 1984. This was my first Metallica album. A friend of mine gave this to me because he owed me some money, and it was a promo copy when they were still on, I don't remember if it was Combat or Megaforce Records. Ride the Lightning really blew me away. This was a big leap for the band. You could tell that they were trying to write better songs, not just show how hard they can rock. The lyrics were a little deeper. Fade to Black's on this album. Creeping Death is on this album. And it is an excellent Metallica album. Oh man, I even want to say, I might change my mind and move that up to legendary. Master of Puppets was released in 1986. This one I listened to a lot. A lot of people believe this is their best album. The musical compositions were more complex. The lyrics were a little deeper, a little more meaningful. Songs about addiction. Battery was on this album. Of course, Master of Puppets was on this album. Some people would argue, and I might be inclined to agree, it is their best overall album. It is peak Metallica, at least as far as whether or not it's a really good album or not. 1988, And Justice for All. Things got a little more intricate. Things got a little more political, maybe. Obviously, the guys are not big fans of war. The one video really helped the band gain a lot of attention and sell a lot of albums. Harvester of Sorrow is on this album. The only thing wrong with it maybe is it needs a little more bass. But this is I'm still going to put that one there. It is one of the genre's best. It is a great thrash metal, heavy metal album. The Black Album was next in 1991. Enter Sandman, Nothing Else Matters, MTV Music Awards, Grammys. This album, really as far as mainstream success, this album really, I don't know if they sold as many albums as Def Leppard did around that time, but I think they might have. And I mean, they were competing with, even though grunge was new and really taking over the world, I think the Black Album still at that time sold better than Nirvana did, than Pearl Jam. So it was their commercial breakthrough, and it was really good. I would still argue it was a really good album, even though it made them popular. I think the band challenged themselves to say, okay, how can we still make Metallica songs, but make them maybe a little more sleek, but still good Metallica songs? So I'm still going to say that this is an excellent album. I don't know if it's legendary. I don't know if it qualifies for that based on what I'm trying to say legendary is. 5 years later, we got Load, which was more of a blues and hard rock album. To a degree, was this a reaction to grunge in a way, or we just want to do more bluesy stuff? Either way, Until It Sleeps, a good song. King Nothing's a good song. Bands do have to try new things. I would put that in that category. It was good, not great. And then it was time to reload. This came just a year later. Fuel was on this album. The Memory Remains was on this album. This was Load Part 2, really. And they basically took the best songs, put them on Load. This kind of feels like a collection of B-sides in a way. There are good songs on there. There are good songs on here. Like I said, Fuel is a good song. But I'm going to put this in Has Its Moments. Up to that point, at this point, it's definitely arguable that it was their least overall effort in a lot of ways. Garage Inc., the covers compilation that rolled $5.99 EP in with it and showcased a lot of other covers, bands, artists, songs they liked, influences. Of course, Turn the Page is still on the radio a lot. The old Seeger song, Whiskey in the Jar, the old Tin Lizzy tune. It's kind of cool to see, to hear your favorite bands and artists, show you the roots, where they came from, what were their influences. Now, is Garage Inc. still an album that you pull out and listen to very often? For me, no. Speaking of albums you don't pull out and listen to very often, again, they're going to experiment. This is the first new album really since Reload or Load, depending on how you look at it. The production was a little more raw, almost like Kill 'Em All raw. Weird album for Lars. The drumming was kind of weird. This is not a bad album, but it's not a particularly good album. So has its moments. It goes there. It was released just 4 years after. So 5 years after Saint Anger, it was Death Magnetic. And after 5 years of living with Saint Anger, I think a lot of people thought Death Magnetic was pretty good. It was above average. It was definitely above it. It was the best thing they'd done in quite a long time. Probably the best thing since Load, and probably better than Load. So The Day That Never Comes is on here. All Nightmare Long is on here. They really show off their chops on this album. It's very riff heavy, and it's really loud. It's like they're just saying, okay, we're going to get back to doing what we're doing, and we're cranking it up. So this was their, I'm going to say it was an excellent album. Fight me. Not a legendary thing. And then 2011, we were treated to this collaboration album with Lou Reed. My thinking is they said to themselves, how could we make people forget about Saint Anger? I'm actually a big Lou Reed fan. I like Lou Reed a lot. And, I think one thing that brave artists do is take chances, even though they know that it's not always going to work out. And Metallica fans can be very harsh. And this is an album that probably, in my estimation, a lot of people don't even have in their collection and consider themselves as having a complete Metallica collection. 2016's Hardwired to Self-Destruct. Whew! You really pretty much have to take the day off to listen to this, which probably means, I'm guessing you don't revisit it very often. It's been a long time since I put on this and listened to it from start to finish. I bet you it's been, it came out in 2016. It's a solid album. So there you go. It's a solid album. It goes right there in that category right there. 72 Seasons from last year, which followed up a 7-year gap. So is 72 Seasons really a particularly good album? Or is it just that after waiting 7 years, any new Metallica album is worth it? I'm going to put this in the excellent category. I thought there were a lot of good songs on there. I really liked Lux Eterna when that dropped. I think If Darkness Had a Sun is a classic Metallica song. So that is it. That is Tier List Tuesday, Metallica's studio albums. Drop a comment if you agree, disagree with anything in particular that I said. Support your local record stores. Please like and support the channel if you think that this content is useful or interesting to you. I publish new episodes every Friday in which I go over new releases for that week, brand new tracks that are streaming, new albums that are available, things that have been reissued on vinyl, deluxe editions that are dropping for that week, so that's every Friday. And Tier List Tuesday, obviously you know what day of the week that happens. So anyway, thank you for watching. Whatever you do, however you do it, don't you ever stop rocking.